In our last video, we learned how to simplify repetitive tasks in our code using for loops. As a result, Keith was able to draw a giant spiral with just a few lines of code, all thanks to the awesomeness of for loops. So far, our turtles have simply followed directions. They never made decisions. In this episode, we're going to learn about if statements. If statements enable our turtles to make decisions. Let's get started. This is the code we wrote last time. Let's run it again to make sure everything is working correctly. The spiral is quite impressive, isn't it? Okay, let's have Keith make a decision. Let's say that we want Keith to change his color to blue if he starts traveling very far. Here we type if distance greater than 100 : Now let's set Keith's color. I created this color table for you at shad.io/TkColors/. You can pick any color from this table and use it as the color name in Turtle Graphics. This cornflower blue is nice, so switch back to VS Code and type Keith.color parentheses quote cornflower blue quote close parentheses. Let's run that. Nice! Our if statement is working. Alright, Keith has done a great job with loops. We have a new turtle who wants to draw some nice pictures. Her name is Madam Sue. Let's say farewell to Keith and his code, but don't worry, you'll find a link to his code in the description. Bye, Keith. Now, Madam Sue plans to draw a beautiful flower. Let's help her figure out how to create her colorful masterpiece. Let's start by painting our canvas a nice sky blue. This light sky blue here looks good. Then we create our artist turtle, Madam Sue. So Madam Sue equals turtle.turtle parentheses. And of course, she must be the shape of a turtle. Set the width of her line to 6. Now let's pick a beautiful color for Madam Sue. I'm going to go with this deep pink, but feel free to pick any color that you think Madam Sue would like. Nice! There's our beautiful sky, and Madam Sue looks ready to start. Let's try to draw a flower. When Keith made a spiral, we used a for loop to get him to go around in a circle. That's a good starting place, so type for I in range parentheses 50 : Next, let's have Madam Sue move forward by, let's say, 100 units. Type Madam Sue dot forward parentheses 100. Now let's alternate between turning left and right. So type if I%2 = 0 : new line, Madam Sue dot right parentheses 170 new line, else new line, Madam Sue dot left parentheses 170. Let's give it a try. This is interesting. We have a zigzag. So half the time we turn 170 degrees to the right, and the other half of the time we turn back 170 degrees to the left. You know, this zigzag kind of looks like grass. Actually, having some grass on this canvas would be nice. Let's change Madam Sue's drawing direction to have the grass peaks face upward, and position it at the bottom of the screen. According to the documentation, 0 is east, 90 is north, 180 is west, and 270 is south. Let's have Madam Sue start her first move slightly northeast, say by 85 degrees. So we type Madam Sue dot set heading parentheses 85. Then we move Madam Sue to the bottom left of the screen with Madam Sue dot pen up, Madam Sue dot go to parentheses -500, -520, and Madam Sue dot pen down. Okay, now we have some pink grass, and we kind of stopped halfway. Let's fix it. So first, we change the color to dark green. Now, to get the grass to span the whole bottom of our canvas, we can increase the number of loop iterations, say to 120. Before we rerun, let's get Madam Sue to draw as fast as possible. So on line 9, type Madam Sue.speed parentheses 0. That's looking pretty good, but we can sort of see the sky behind the grass. We can fix this by filling. Type Madam Sue.begin _ fill parentheses before the loop. Then, when the loop is done, type Madam Sue.end _ fill parentheses. Great, the grass is done, but we got distracted. Madam Sue was trying to draw a flower. Let's give that another try. Let's copy our grass code and try to get it to make a flower. First, let's change our loop back to 50. Now let's try some different angles to see what happens. When we turn right, let's turn by 180 degrees. And when we turn left, let's turn by 160. Well, it's starting to look like a flower, but you know, right now, it looks more like a sun than anything. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Okay, let's go. Let's change the color to yellow by typing madamsue.color, parentheses, quote, yellow. And let's put the sun in the top right corner. Type madamsue.penup, parentheses, madamsue.goto, parentheses, 350, 400, then madamsue.pendown, parentheses. The sun's rays are just a little bit long. We can make it smaller by moving forward by 60 instead of 100. Nice, this gives the illusion that the sun is far away. Alright, we had set out to draw a flower and we got grass and a sun. Okay, third time's a charm. This time for sure, we're gonna make a flower. Let's copy paste our sun code. And this time, let's try changing 180 to 170. Okay, that's really starting to look like a flower, but Madame Sue stopped shy of completing it. Let's increase the range from 50 to 80. The flower is showing the blue sky behind it. Let's fill it, the same way like we did with the grass. Before the loop, we type madamsue.begin_fill parentheses. Then, after the loop, type madamsue.end_fill parentheses. Okay, it's almost perfect, but the fill didn't quite work. You can still sort of see a bit of sky here. That's probably because our turtle didn't end where it started. Let's try 70 instead. Oops, we're missing one petal now. How about 72? Great, that's perfect. Now for the finishing touch. We need to give the flower a stem. Let's make it this saddle brown color, and then we'll draw a line straight down to the ground at 0, -500. Oops, our flower got misplaced, and it's the wrong color now. Okay, let's fix that. We need to move line 8 to here so that we are using the correct color for the flower. And then Madame Sue needs to return to 0, 0 after drawing the stem. So type madamsue.goto, parentheses, 0, 0. The stem is not in the center. Let's first go to the center of the flower before we draw the stem down to the ground. So type madamsue.goto, parentheses, -50, 0. Wow, look at this turtle-rific masterpiece that Madame Sue has drawn. Today we learned how to use if statements to enable our turtles to make decisions. What other conditions do you think we can use with if statements to make our turtles do different things? How about alternating the colors of our petals? Try it out and see what happens. And don't forget to share your own ideas in the comments. This video is the fourth in a series that gently introduces people to programming with Python and the Turtle Graphics library. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up. I'm the Friendly TL, and I make edutainment videos about software and open source apps that I also make. If you're interested in this kind of content, consider subscribing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.